Okay, I'm gonna be talking about acts of service and how it's gonna help you get rich, more females, more attractiveness, better sleep, better rest, better everything in life. Okay, and the one thing that happens, and the one thing that you need to learn is that you need to give first to receive second. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Well, I want to imagine well, not really imagine. I'll just tell you a story, okay? One time when it was like my senior year of high school, okay? And I was like selling candy, and like this is around the time where I was kind of like having this ego death. Like I'm telling like the ego death, like it's way more deeper now, like since I'm more relaxed, more calm, and like I'm more rational and stuff like that. But like earlier on, I was like still really tired. My shoulders were still up. I didn't really know what I was like doing. Like nobody in this world actually knows what they're doing, but like we say we do, but it's just our freaking ego. um, but basically, what's it called? Oh yeah, so I remember driving to school, and like there's these two girls that like were just sitting at like for their lunch break outside, like on these stairways and stuff. And I remember just pulling up in my car, and I was like, "Hey, do y'all want some free candy?" Because like they look sad, they look like lonely or something, and like maybe it might lift up their day, you know. And I was like, here, you can have some free candy, because like I had some like saved over. Like I felt really good about myself. When you feel good, when you feel happy, you don't really desire like all this sugar, all this like bad stuff. Like yeah, it's okay to indulge. Like trust me, I still indulge. You could probably see my Takis back there. I got Takis, donuts, Lays, whatever you want, man. I got that shit. And I'm just, what's it called? Sorry, I'm a little relaxed right now, like you're supposed to. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I gave it to them. Okay, so I pull up. It's early in the morning. It's like 7, because I kind of had to get there a little bit earlier, because like I would actually show up for my lunch so I can sell a bunch of candy and so on. And while I'm like selling this candy, I'm really good. Okay, I'm really good. Like I can be like, hey man, I like your I give them a compliment as well. That's another form of giving. Okay. Giving compliments, gratitude, and act of service. There's so many ways to give of like love. Okay, and maybe this video should be called like the 5 love languages or something like that. And like so you can actually do it for like multiple people, and like you can mix love languages at the same time. There's so many ways to love like this one girl and so on. And like I was able to learn that earlier from a song. I forgot what song it was, but it was like there's so many ways to love you. And then like when you're at this like really deep calm state of like relaxation and so on, you naturally just do stuff that's going to help other people in the future. Okay, so um earlier today I went to well, first of all, I kind of cleaned the entire, well, not the entire house, but like most of the house before I actually left. Okay, I woke up at like 4 p.m. I got on the phone actually. I got on my phone. I called because like there's like a, what's it called, a voicemail or something of my I need, like, my car is like in the shop right now, and like I need like $3,000 to like get that John fixed, because like my transmission went out. And I was like, you know what, like, it's okay. So like I called them up, and they said something about along the lines of, we can actually cover like full coverage or like whatever, right? And Loki, it was only $100. This is very cheap as fuck. And I was like, what the hell? That's so cheap, and it's gonna cover like $3,000 worth of damage. Like what? Well, originally it's like 6,000, but like since like the car is kind of like it was used. Like I have a used car, but since like we bought it, and like it went out within like 3 or 4 months of like me having it. They were like, here, we can go half on it. Okay, so they paid 3,000, and then I obviously have to pay the rest of the 3,000. But like since I actually called this guy, and I feel like a lot of people would have thought like it's a scam or something, but like I just felt too good about myself, and I was like, I'm not gonna take this I'm not gonna take this opportunity for granted. And I called him up, and I'm like, hello, like, this is Zach, blah 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 blah. Y'all called me, y'all said something like y'all could cover it, and then like so on. And this guy I was talking to, oh my gosh, I think I might have changed his life, but like I don't know. He could have probably forgot because like egos and like it's really nice to be around someone relaxing. Like it reminds you who you are, and then after a while you kind of forget over time, and then you get back to this old state of like old patterns and stuff. Like sometimes you just got to remind yourself over and over again. And um oh yeah, I kind of forgot to finish the story from earlier. Well, the two girls on the stairs and stuff, I gave them candy, and then after that I just kept on telling myself I am abundant, I am abundant, I am abundant. And then like I was like really money driven at this time. This is kind of why I got like a bunch of money like back there. But you know when I was money driven, like it kind of filters out everything in your mind. Okay, if you are focused on money, right, and you just think about it so much, obviously you're gonna have more, you're gonna make more money, you're gonna make better decisions to make you more money in the future. Okay, when you're like girlfriend, like when you're focused on girls or anything like that, you're obviously gonna be thinking about this girl. You're gonna be like, oh, how can I surprise her? How can I do this? Or like, what should I do? Should I take her out to here, there, or anything like that? And like, so because like you're focused on that area, right? Like that's basically how you manifest, is just put all your attention on one thing, and like it's bound to happen if you think about it enough. Okay, but you kind of also have to mix like relaxation at the same time. That's where people get it mixed up. They're like, oh, I tell myself I'm rich, I tell myself I'm rich, I tell myself I'm healthy, I tell myself like I'm skinny, I have abs or anything like that. But like you kind of also have to be patient at the same time. Okay, you want it like right now, but if you got it right now, like dead ass, would you be grateful for it? Like if you dead ass could like just like manipulate your body to like where I have six pack abs, blah, 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 like right now, and like you didn't have to do anything, but like you're just like 200 pounds and like six pack, right? Like you would probably feel like really good about it, or I don't know. I feel like you'd be like you would probably get like a lot of confidence, but like honestly, if you didn't work for it, like it kind of doesn't really feel good. And then at the end of the day, like let's say like you had a genie, right, and you wish for it, and you're like, oh, I wish I had a six pack abs, like everything I wanted, right? And like we're a macho man or some shit. You're gonna be so traumatized still because you're not breathing right or anything like that. And then when you get it, you're still gonna end up back to like the 200-pound self, which is crazy, right? Like, I'm pretty sure like I saw this episode, not episode, but I'm pretty sure it's like a Simpson episode where it's like Homer, he goes into like someone else's consciousness, and like he had like a 10 out of 10 body, and then like he ruined that like the same night. Like imagine how much trauma you would be like if you like magically had the six pack abs now. Oh yes, I'm confident. Wow. Oh yeah, but you're still not breathing right, bro. You're still not breathing right. You're still not doing good things for other people, so you're not gonna get like the satisfaction or like the calmness or like the rationality or anything like that. You're actually just gonna keep on eating your way out of that stress, or like you're still not gonna feel good, man. It doesn't matter where you are. Okay, and that's another thing. Like when you're deep breathing and trying to relax, especially if you're in a rush, okay, like you can't rush the process. Okay, like I know like you want this now, and I know like Zach, you can't tell me whatever. Like no, like trust me, I've been there, bro. Like I've been there. Like I wanted this now, I wanted the girl now, I wanted like my money now, I wanted to move out right now. I'm still with my parents. Like what? I need this now, 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 now. No, 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 no. You're perfectly fine where you are right now, man. You can go do something nice for free. And basically, after I gave out the candy to the two girls, I drove later on, like, again, like I was telling myself I'm abundant, and I saw all these flowers like blossoming because it's around springtime. All the sunflowers are coming out and stuff like that, and I see them on the side of the road, and like it's right next to the student parking lot. So what I do is I go park in the student parking lot, I walk my way all the way to where the flowers are, I pick up all the flowers, like or like as like maybe like 12 or 13. I didn't pick up all the flowers, but like I got a good amount, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it might help people like feel a little bit better, right? Like, well, now like I would say like it would make them more calm and like rational, a little bit more happy, and so on. Like even if I give it to a guy, like I'm telling you, like I can make anything sound like gold if like you give it to me. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of like the sell me a pin trick or whatever. So basically I had flowers, right? And like I go back and I'm like, I'm also selling candy at the same time. Okay, so basically I'll just offer them a flower. They're gonna be like, oh, thank you. And then like you're like, or who are you, or like Zach, or like whatever, right? Or like, oh, thank you. And like you give it to a pretty girl, or like you give it to like some random ass dude. And then like, some guys are not gonna take it. They're gonna think like you're gay or some shit. They're like, nah, man, I don't roll like that. But I think it's just like their masculine, their quote unquote masculine sides. Maybe they were shamed about it, by society and so on, because like, you had to be this strong masculine man. Well, you can't really be that if you're not breathing properly. But another thing is like you just need to stop caring, okay? Also, like about the masculine and feminine, you are kind of both, okay? The only way you are going to like, there was like this story or some shit about like before humans and stuff, like God created like a she-man, not she-man, but like it was like a guy and a girl mixed together. Okay, so imagine like you have the empathy and like the sympathy of like a woman, the calmness and like coolness and like motherly love and stuff like that, and then like you have like this strong built masculine guy who's driven, who has purpose, right? That's like the ultimate form right there. Why aren't you accepting your feminine side, right? Like low key, I shower, I do skincare, I brush, like, well, I think that's just regular hygiene. But like I shave. Well, I think that's just regular hygiene. But like if you're not doing this, you're probably not breathing properly. Probably start doing that, so you like taking care of yourself, because first of all, you can't take care of others unless you take care of yourself first. Okay, you come first, because if you are feeling good, you are calm, you are the working machine or whatever, you're naturally gonna create better times for your family. Okay, I will go into detail about that later. But so like I picked up all these flowers and I gave it out to this girl, and I was like, hey, would you like to buy some candy? And she's like, no, I don't have any money. And I was like, it's okay, you have a great day, right? I gave something, I didn't ask anything for return. I generally didn't want anything in return. Like her smile was like enough for me. And then like I go out and I have like 11 more flowers to give out. Okay, so I go inside, and then like some guys like see me, they're like, oh shit, it's Zach. And I'm like, what's up, man? It's like, oh, or like, it's that guy, right? Like a lot of people didn't even know my name. They were just like, it's the Candy Man. And like, I kind of had the name of like called the Candy Man or some shit. But or I kind of made it for myself. I was like, just call me the Candy Man, man. I got you. Okay. And when I go inside, they're talking to me. They're like, hey man, I can help you get girls. Like this was like the point where I'm trying to get like my YouTube channel out there, networking. I'm like, hey man, follow me on my Instagram, YouTube, or my TikTok or whatever. Like I can help you with girls or anything like that. That was like before, like, I was able to relax. And like generally I feel like I'm able to help y'all like 20x more because I'm relaxed and more rational, because like I'm actually going out there and like experiencing life for y'all, so like y'all can like, you know like I'm kind of like further in the race of y'all, right? But like, that doesn't matter, right? But like I'm helping you. I'm like pointing out like the little things for y'all, so y'all can learn faster, so y'all can surpass me in the future. That's the goal of everything in like these videos, okay? So if you want to help me out and like support me, because like I'm giving you this ball knowledge for basically free, just share it to your friends or some shit. Like I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. But oh yeah, okay. So like, I remember like I'm talking to them. They buy some candy from them. I'm also giving them flowers. I'm like, hey man, like take some. And like some of them were like, nah. Like some of them were like open to it. Like, oh yeah, let me get that flower. And then like some of them were like, nah. And I was like, come on, man, like give it to a pretty girl. And then I put that thought into his mind. He's like, oh shit, like this guy know what he's talking about, right? And I kind of gained like a little bit more respect. And like, imagine like me after that, like having that experience, right? It's early in the morning, like I'm doing this shit like early, and I'm making other people feel good. And I go to this table full of girls. I'm like, here, do y'all want some flowers? Some said no, some said yeah. When one said yeah, a lot more say yes, because it's the group bias. And I just keep on going table to table trying to sell some candy. I'm giving out some free candy. Sometimes like I would dead ass have like a full container of free candy. And a lot of times you have to do stuff for free and not get anything back, okay? And the more value you provide, the more you're going to get out from it. And that goes with everything in life, okay? um So I'm gonna give you an example of what I did today. Oh, that was kind of like an example, right? It made me a better salesman. It made me more confident. It made me out of my head because, like, everybody thinks I'm a Chad. Everybody, like, you cannot not like me, right? Because, like, I just gave you something for free. I didn't ask for anything. Like, sometimes, like, you're not gonna win everybody over. Okay, you're not gonna seduce everybody. Not everyone's gonna like you. You actually might get some haters because there's some jealousy, some envy, and stuff like that. That's okay. You're not going for those people. I got rejected so many times. I remember one time I was selling candy to like this group, and like I figured out that like if I give a compliment, people are gonna be more inclined to giving me stuff because I make them feel good, I make them more relaxed, more happy. I dead as one time I did as like I was selling to this candy and like to this girl and I was like, oh, I like your shirt, and then she's like, oh, really? And then like she got all girly, and then like she was like begging her friend for money because like I made her feel so good. Like imagine like giving the attention that like a lot of kids don't get at home. They don't get attention from their parents. They don't get attention from their dads or mother, anything like that. And like when you give attention to them, they actually are able to regress. And I'm gonna go into that later on in this video. Okay, so hold on. Be patient with me, okay? And like by doing that, I was actually gonna make more money, and then she's gonna be thinking about me more. And like when you have all these people thinking good things about you, you're walking like some of these janitors respected me because I'm not technically supposed to be selling candy at school, but like I'm just providing so much value. They see me, I'm like, hey man, do you want a free candy? He's like, nah man. And like whatever, he was like, I see you around school, and it's like I respect what you're doing. Like I used to hustle candy too. I was like, oh shit bro. Like I reminded him of who he was when he was younger, like the kid version. I'm telling you, everybody in this world is just a little kid in a big body. I'm a little kid in a big body. I have the balls to say it, but a lot of people aren't aware of it. Okay. um, what's it called? I forgot. Yeah. I think that's about it for like senior stuff. you know Basically you give first and then you receive second. Okay, so you're playing the long game. Okay, when you're rational, you're playing the long game. Okay, when you are in a rush and you're doing this stuff and you're like doing this, you're doing that and stuff like that, and like you're rushing, your work is not obviously gonna be good. Okay, if I was rushing cleaning my room, all that wouldn't be like that, right? And when you're in a rush, you don't see things as they are. Okay, and again, like sometimes we block out a lot of the stuff that's going on at home. A lot of our trauma is because like we don't want to do that stuff because like I feel like maybe because like we got yelled at about it. Like imagine like when you're younger and like you feel like you're about to go like I remember one time when I was younger, I was gonna go do the dishes just to like make my mom happy, and I'm doing it on my own free will, and then like all I hear is you better go do them damn dishes or like whatever, right? What do you think is gonna go on inside my head? What do you genuinely think is gonna go inside my head? Well, fuck, like now I don't want to do it. Like if she would have just kept her mouth shut and like not say anything, not be reactive, be like, oh, go do them damn dishes, I would have probably did it with a smile on my face and probably had way more, like she would have been more calm, she would have been more happy, she would have been more whatever, but like she just had to say something right then and there. And that's the part where you kind of have to hold your tongue. Okay, a lot of people who have like egos and stuff, like you kind of have to hold your tongue. Like you don't, like you want to express yourself, like you want to be seen, you want to like have all this desire and stuff. Like we desire a lot of stuff, especially when we're like tight and tense. But when you relax more, you don't desire that much, and it actually makes you less needy. And when we are rushing, we're actually more needy. You're like, oh, I need this thing right now. Oh, I need this girl right now. Like obviously you're not gonna get the girl because like you're needy. You're like, oh, come here, come here, come here, I need you, I need you, I need you. Like no, you don't need her. You don't need her. You don't need her right now. You're gonna get her in the future. Play the long game, and I'm telling you, you're gonna make this girl fall in love with you. She might like I'm like this girl that I'm talking to right now. She's like I didn't even have to ask her for anything, but she's basically networking for me. She's reposting my stories. She's reposting my like clips on Instagram and stuff like that. And I'm like, holy shit, like what? And then like I'm texting her and I'm like I generally feel happy texting her, and like I text her when I want to. Like I don't like I kind of left her undelivered maybe for like a couple hours. Like it's like 3 a.m. right now and I'm filming this video. But you know I'm talking to her, And like, I just have this big ass smile, and like I'm telling her these stories. I generally like being mysterious. I don't tell her everything about my day, but like she's still watching my videos, she's still thinking about me, she's like this, she's like that. And then like earlier today she texted me, she's like, oh, I'm at, or I think it was yesterday, she was like, oh, I'm at work, and what's it called, or like she's like, I get out at like this, like at like this time, so like yap about your day or whatever, and I'll see it, right? And it kind of reminded about me, like, because like I kind of want to listen to them like, yap about their day, but like, I think she just doesn't think that, like, she's not that confident, I guess. Excuse me. Well, not like that confident. I mean, like, maybe she's not really good at telling stories, okay? Because I used to not be really good at telling stories and so on. But basically, oh yeah, like, like is grateful, she's like, oh, I'm about to get out, and then like she's waiting for my text, like she's looking forward to my text, and it generally feels nice. And girls in the past, like the only way you're gonna make them this way is by being relaxed and being rational. Like, don't overthink about every little thing, man. Like, I barely text her, and then like she's doing all this stuff for me, thinking about me, and like, I'm very grateful for her. And like I tell her, like, I'm grateful for you, and like I also like go out of my way to, like, I try to find this frog plushie, but it's like the frog from Hello Kitty, because like I know she likes Hello Kitty, but like, I don't like, I don't know. I think I told her like I like the green one. I said, "Do you like the green one?" And she was like, "Yes." But I don't know if she genuinely meant that, or like, she's just trying to like seduce me or some shit. I don't know. But like it's kind of like a mini me, and then like, in the middle of your like seduction or anything like that, you kind of want to get like a plushie. Okay, you want to get something like to symbol you or like remind them of you. Okay, and I was trying to get a plushie. We went to Five Below. We went to Target. I looked. I didn't find anything. I was like, damn, bro. Maybe I just have to order it online. And if I have to, it's okay. Like whatever. But like, it's just like that desire. She inspired me to go out and look for that, right? And that's a form of service. Okay, that's an act of service, but like it's very crucial if you're trying to get better with girls or anything like that, or like guys or anything. Like in the middle of seduction, try and get them like a plushie, so it like when you're not around, she's still gonna be thinking about you, because like you have that thing right there. She's like, oh shit, Zach got me that. She's like, oh, I wonder what he's doing right now. He's probably like, I don't know. But like she's gonna start fantasizing. She's like I remember I sent a picture of me on top of this roof to this girl. I said, guess where I'm at? And then like she's like, what? And then she said something about stargazing. And then I didn't answer what she said. I just texted her something. Whatever, what else I want. Whatever else I wanted to talk about right then and there. And when you feel like a good person, you're naturally just gonna be more calm, more happy, and like you're not gonna really be that tight or agitated. And like when you're in this state of calmness and relaxation, you kind of remind people who they generally are. Like we're generally just like that little kid, like in front of everybody. And like sometimes like we're anxious, and um by me being like in front of you, calm, relaxed, not really in a rush, I remind you of like, oh yeah, like I can also be calm, relaxed. I'm not really in a rush, I can be patient, and like when I have patience for you and like I give you my attention, right? Like I'm not like divided attention like your mom would be or like your dad would be nowadays, because they're like on their scroll and folding. Like I'm here with you right now. Okay, like I'm not distracted. I see you. Okay, and I know there's more people like me who see this with it. And I think it's just a part of my journey in life to help some of y'all, or like the people who generally want to. Because like if y'all don't want it, y'all don't have to take it, man. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to change anybody. I'm just trying to help those who generally want it, right? And my videos are here for y'all. And like, if you want to join and like subscribe or whatever, and like join the tribe or whatever, so like you can have a way better life, way more calming life, better with girls, better guys or anything like that. Oh, oh, actually guys, yeah, because seduction goes both ways. Girls and guys can do both. Is basically just human psychology. But I'm telling you, man, you got to breathe, you got to relax. And one of the fastest ways I think I was able to relax is by doing service. And that's kind of why I'm making this video, because if when you are okay, so earlier today, when okay, I'm just gonna tell you about my day. Okay, I woke up and I called the guy, right, and or like the people that helped me with my car and stuff, like they covered my car, like the coverage. I just have to wait 30 days, which is not that long, because like I'm not in a rush to be anywhere or anything like that. And I'm looking excited because after I get my car, I'm gonna take this girl out. Like I'm telling you, man, like oof, gonna I don't know. And I'm gonna make her like really calm or something, because like she's like, yo, you look so calm, and I'm like, you got to be in person with me, like I'm gonna make you so calm, like in person. And that sounds like a little erotic, but like it kind of gets her. She's like, oh no, I'm so tired, or whoa, not, like I'm so tense, like I'm like it's so in a rush. And then like when like I go to pick her up or some shit, she can be in my car. Oh, this is like me manifesting right now. Like I'm visualizing that John right now. And like she's gonna be in my car, and she's gonna see me, and she's like, where are we gonna go? And I was like, don't worry about it. And I just give her a smile, and I look at her, and I might just like put her in a trance or some shit, because like because I got really good at learning how to put people in a trance, like make her a freaking zombie. I was actually thinking about I'm actually gonna make a YouTube video after this one, maybe tomorrow, about like putting girls in a trance or some shit, and making them like do what you want, and like doing it willingly without like that much resistance. But you have to be really calm. That's why I'm telling you, relax, okay? So first of all, learn how to do service, okay? And then later on, you're gonna be more happy, more rational. You're gonna create so many good times for other people. You're gonna feel like a Chad, and like when you feel like a Chad, you don't basically have to be anywhere at any time, because you're full, you're whole, you're not needy or anything like that. And like I said earlier, when you're rushing and stuff, it makes you needy. And when you're in this needy state, you're obviously like, you're like you're kind of in a rush, man. And like the neediness is telling your body that like the manifesting and stuff, it's telling your body that you are lacking this thing right now. And what if you're gonna feel like you're lacking? What do you think is gonna happen? Well, you're obviously gonna be lacking. You're lacking. You're like, oh, I need this love, I need this love from this person. Okay, come here, come here, come here. Give it to yourself, man. It's okay. And you kind of have to do this for yourself at first too, okay? So you can't well, maybe you can, like I'm not saying you can't, because like anybody can change within like one day or two, like it took a lot for me to like deep breathe and relax. But I think you might actually get there way faster if you just do services for other people, because you generally do it, okay? So basically these monks, right? I kind of wish I grew up as a monk, because I'm telling you, like these monks, holy shit, like you wouldn't be as stressed. You would be like deep breathing, relaxing. You wouldn't have to worry about it. You would know who you are, you know what you want. You would study, you would like keep on learning, and like making good amount of progress in this lifetime. And like that's like you starting off. I had to learn this on my own. Like I generally had like all those books. I had to read like all those books. I had to find my way. I had to meditate. I had to like put all my focus on my breath to like actually get to the state, because like you know we hear in like biology and like all this stuff, like rest and digest, and like we think we're resting, but we're not really resting. The only way we generally rest is by deep breathing. And I think resting and like deep breathing is actually and relaxing is way more important than sleep itself. Like we get told like get plenty of sleep, get 8 9 hours of sleep. How are you gonna get that when you're fucking not even breathing properly? You're like, what the fuck? Sorry, like just doing that alone, I kind of felt like a little bit tight, so I was just like, let me reset real quick. But yeah, we're not really supposed to be feeling pain while we're breathing in. So you genuinely need to breathe in more and like out more. Okay, I'm talking like all the way in, all the way out. You might pass out. I had to pass out like so many times. Still here though. Okay, I recommend like laying down, go outside and go lay in some grass and then like deep breathe and stuff. But if you're a little insecure, it you kind of have to build up to that state, but eventually you'll trust yourself so much that you just naturally do it, and like you start doing these things for like other people because you're aware of it, okay? And it makes you a really good seducer because you make other people calm by just doing stuff that you want to do in the first place, okay? So, um what am I going to tell you? Okay, so earlier today when I went, I called the guy, I was really relaxed, and this guy was like, "Hey man, like he was basically telling me like he was grateful for like just me being here for it because like I kind of made him calm down, I made him laugh like so many times because I'm like, I forgot. I think I just said whatever came to my mind. Like I didn't overthink it. I was like, and then like I accidentally like hung up on him, and then like I called back, and then he was like, "Oh man, Zach, like why would you do that to me?" I was like, "Oh man, like my friend called me," and I was like, "It's okay, man." But what's it called? Yeah, like he was like, man, like I've been working insurance my entire life, I'm 34, and I was like, when I was your age, I wish like I think he used to smoke Zal, like I got him that calm, like I got him to open up to like smoke Zal or like talk about it. And I was like, he was like, other people find ways to relax and like whatever, like different types of way to relax, and and I was like, are you talking about like weed or some shit, or like Zaw? And he was like, I'm not gonna say it because like I'm trying to be professional right now. And I was like, it's okay, man, like my mom used to do that in high school, like not high school, like 18, she was young and stuff like that too, so like I know what you mean, right? Because like I can relate to him, right? Because like I understood my mom. She used to do it, and I was like, okay. And like I was like, yeah, man, like just deep breathing really helps. And maybe he took a deep breath right then and there, and like he was like, oh shit, like I've been working insurance my entire life. Like imagine like someone who's calm, patient, and not really in a rush, and like not really caring about their money, right? And I feel like a lot of people, they're like really needy with money, they're really stingy with money, like and whatever, and they would have saw like the $100 purchase, like, or the $100 like the down payment or whatever, um like, oh man, it's $100, fuck, blah 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 blah, like it's not that much, man, like you can make that within like 2 weeks at McDonald's, like it's not that deep, okay? But you can't really think that far ahead because you're tight, you're in your head and so on, okay? But like obviously you're gonna be making more money if you like work every day, you know. But what's it called? Oh yeah, so, and then I got him to open up. Like I'm telling you, I am so relaxed. I just make people open up without even trying. Like you need to be that relaxed. Okay, you're gonna make people drunk. You're gonna make them like kind of feel like high, and like when they're around you, they're gonna try and hide their smile. And I remember at work, I was like smiling, and I was like laughing, and then, like this girl, like the new girl, is like over here. She's like. She's trying not to look at me, and like she has like this big ass smile too, and I'm like, bro, like, like calm down, but like you know what I mean. And I make all these other people relax and like calm, and like I put them in a trance, and like I make them feel good. And also when you're in this calm rational state, you understand people way quicker, okay? There's this girl who's always like, she's kind of like a reactor, okay? She's always complaining, she's always like in a bad mood, but like I kind of understand her. Like she's up all night, she closes like almost every day, and like she works almost every day. Like I would be tired too, right? So when she comes up, she's like, Zach, can you refill this up for me because you're the best, or like you're faster, and blah 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 blah. Like she just kept on yapping, and then I had this big ass smile on my face. I was like, just say you don't want to, and then she was like, I don't want to, and I was like, okay. And then like I go do it for her, and it puts her in this state of like a little bit calmness and like rationality, and like where she can regress to like her child form, because like her mother, like I understood her, like you kind of need to be a therapist, like to like absorb the information to understand them way more. I prefer to understand than like accuse them of something, right? Like the irrational me would have been like, oh hell no, blah 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 blah, like selfish, right? But like the rational, calm version of me is like, just say you don't want to. And like I had this big ass smile, and then she's like, I don't want to, and then she's smiling too, and I go do it, and there's like orders and I kind of got busy, and then I go back and then she's like, Zach, you didn't fill it up yet, and I was just like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, you're gonna start passing these tests from like women and stuff like way easier than you think. Okay, but like, like I did a service for her. She feels regressed a little bit. She's like, she went back to little girl version because like her mother wasn't really there. Her mother didn't really want her, and like, it kind of feels bad. Like her neighbor is basically her mother, and she lives with her uncle. And like a lot of people don't see that, and a lot of people are like, oh, why are they so mean to me? Why is this? Why that? Well, we all have trauma. Nobody in this life knows what we're doing. Like they don't know what we're doing. Like nobody knows what we generally are doing. I just wake up every day and I just do what like my body tells me to because I trust myself. And the only reason you don't trust yourself is because like you're not deep breathing and relaxing. But the way that you get people to like follow you and trust you and like, so on is by providing so much value and, doing acts of service. Like they're going to be grateful for it because they didn't really get that when they were younger. My mom, her mom basically wasn't in her life for most of the life. So like when her mom was home, like her mom would what's it called? Well, she has an anxious attachment style. Like so does my dad. And like well, my dad wasn't really in my life, but his dad wasn't really in his life either. So he didn't really know what a dad was like. And like you know what I mean? Like it's just understanding them, and then by understanding them and like sometimes you kind of got to be the parental figure, right? You kind of got to be the mom, the father figure that they didn't really have. Okay, and they can't really relax because like their parentings and stuff like that. But like imagine all the times that like they did something for you even though you took it for granted. Like imagine like it's almost like every single day that like they do something for you and you just take it for granted. I'm being dead ass. Like only recently I was only able to like figure this out. Okay. And like I'm not telling you to like feel bad or anything, but I'm just telling you like be grateful for what they are giving to you and like be grateful for what you have right now. Be grateful for the room you have right now. Take care of it. Take care of your stuff. Clean your stuff. The more stuff you do, the more stuff value you can provide for others. And then in the future, you're going to provide too much value like on accident, right? Earlier today when I was like in the kitchen or like before I left, I called my friend. I kind of had a shower. I showered and then I was like, okay man, like I just started cleaning my bathroom. I just start cleaning my room. Well, this was like before I like deep clean my room. Like I totally switched up, like changed my room. But like, I went to the living room, I started picking up stuff, and like, I kind of felt like a Chad because like I made that guy relax way more, and like, he wasn't in a rush, he was more calm. And like, he starts like giving me compliments. I'm like, oh, thank you, man. Like, like, and I accept it, and like I feel good, right? When I feel good, happy, I naturally just clean up stuff, and like you see all this stuff that's like dirty, and then like you go out your way, you go put it up, you're rational, you're not in a rush, you're not in a rush for anything. I was able to wipe off the table. I was able to, do the dishes, put up the dish, or like do the dishes before I left, and throw out the trash before I left, vacuum before I left, and like I was expecting my parents to be home before I was, but in fact, like I think they went to go watch the Spider-Man movie, which is goated, and you know, so they were just out and about all day. They were having fun. They get to enjoy that time, right? So like I come back home earlier than them. I felt good because I went to Target, I picked up some trash before going in. I go out, I don't know why my friend was rushing, like dead ass. It kind of pissed me off that like he was rushing me so much, and then like he was threatening me. Like I don't know. I'm telling you, like some of your friends are like so irrational that they like they're just so in a rush. They're like, oh, I need to get this done, blah, blah, blah. I was literally in the bathroom, and like I told him like I had to go pee or whatever, and like I'm peeing, and he's waiting in there, and then like some other dude walks in with their kid or some shit, and then I guess he got anxious, and he was like, I guess it put him in a bad mood because he had to go out or whatever. I'm like, dude, just sit in there. Like nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a. The world is yours, bro. Whatever. But like it took me a while to pee, so like I was deep breathing and like trying to relax, but like when I had this guy like rushing me at the same time, it's kind of hard. So like I'm just like trying to deep breathe, relax. Eventually like I do pee. It's like 5-6 minutes. It's a little bit longer, but I think it's because like the more relaxed you are, like the more you get out basically, right? Because like you're digesting everything, like you're actually processing everything, you actually get the nutrients to your body and stuff like that. But I go out, I wash my hands, I see him over out there, and then he's like, "Well, you need to hurry up," and I'm like, "It doesn't matter. It's already gone. It's over. It's over. Like I can't go back. Like whatever." And I'm telling them this, and he's still really mad. He's still rushing me. I'm like, "Dude, we have nowhere to be. There's nowhere to be. Why are you setting a time limit? Why are you such in a rush? Where do we have to be?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." So we keep on walking and so on. And then eventually we leave talking. I'm like, "Hey man," because like this girl from my workplace, she was like she just came through the drive through. She's actually gonna give me like some plushies, the frog plushie I was talking about earlier. And she said she got them at Five Below, so I was like, okay, let's go to Five Below because like it reminded me of her, and I was like, there should be plushies there, right? I didn't find any ones that like I wanted, and then dude, I'm telling you, like there was so much trash in front of this Five Below. I was like, fuck, you know. So I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't leave this place like this dirty. Okay. So there was like a baggie on the floor, and I was like, okay, like we walked around, like I wasn't in a rush, or anything like that. We walk out. I tell him, I'm like, hey man, I can't leave this place like this. He goes to the car. I go like grab the baggie, start picking up all this trash. Everybody's watching me. There's cars. I gave this lady a compliment because I felt good, right? Like you can't really be mad at me because I'm picking up trash. Like how dare you? Like the fuck? Like nobody. They're actually gonna be like, oh, thank you, man. And that's kind of what like the monks do. Like they do an act of service every single day to like help people, and you feel good afterwards, right? I didn't pick up like all of it, but I picked up like a good amount, especially in front of the Five Below. And I walk in and I give him, I'm like, hey man, can you throw this away for me? And he's like, yeah. And I go pee, I go pee, I come out, I'm like, hey man, you have a great day. And I think he said thank you or something, but I was like, it's okay. And I go out, go to the car, and I'm like, hey man, let's go. I'm thirsty right now. I need some water. I want to hydrate. We go to my workplace. I go in. I go in. I told him to stay in the car because, like, it's not gonna take that long. I had to pee. What's it called? I had to get like 3 like large waters, so I'm not lying. And because like we're about to go to the park and stuff, and I get the waters, and she's asking me questions about like my YouTube and stuff, or like my videos I make on like Instagram, TikTok and stuff. And I just look at her like this. I'm like, or I asked her to do this for me, and then she was a little hesitant, and then I look at her and I'm like, I know you want to do it for me. I get this big ass mom. Like, I know you want to do it for me. She goes, does it for me. Like, whatever. We're talking for a bit. We're having fun. I make her really relax. She tells me that, like, she cut off some other dude. I was like, okay. And then, I feel like a Chad. And then I go pee, go relax, and, like, go to the, whatever. Then, we go to my house because I had to use the restroom. And, again. Then we go to the park, and then at the park, he's like, I need to be home at like 9 or something. And I was like, okay, let's go. Like I walk to the porta potty. I see all this trash on the ground and stuff. Or I'm kind of like rushing it a bit, but I see all the trash. Like I go to the porta potty. I kind of clean up the porta potty a little bit because I'm like, a lot of people already feel bad about going into the porta potty party because like it is dangerous, or any not dangerous, but like I guess like sometimes like it might flip over and kind of is nasty. It's humid and stuff, but like if it was like a little bit cleaner, they might be a little bit more relaxed, so they might actually be able to pee more, relax more, and actually enjoy their time more, right? And I walk out, I feel good, I'm relaxed, and then we're walking back to the car because like I bought a little plastic baggie in my Spider-Man backpack. You see that, John, right there. um and I was like, hey man, I brought this baggie so I can like pick up trash because like we're out in public, and what better place than a park, because like people go out for nature, people go out for walks, people go out to enjoy like outside, and might as well be able to enjoy the place by having it clean, right? Because like and like again, like back to your room, right? If it's messy, you just like ignore every little thing. Like trust me, there's mess right there like in your room right now, and you probably ignored that, John. Like clothes on the floor, maybe your shelves are messy, or like maybe there's trash, maybe there's this, maybe there's that. And I'm telling you, man, like if you go pick it up, you're gonna feel way better. And then like after you do that one thing, you're gonna like naturally go do more, do more, do more, and then you're gonna hit flow state, and then eventually you just forget about time. Okay. So we're walking back. He's I kind of see this lower part where like fishermen and go, like I see people like go there like to fish all the time, and they're like there's like a lake, right? And there's like a lower part and there's like an upper part. So there's a their park right there, there's the pavement, and then here's the lower part where like, you know, the water, the mud, and like, you know, the ducks and stuff like that are. And I'm walking, and it really pissed me off that like I didn't have like a trash bag to pick up all this trash on like over where the lake is. um Maybe like in the future, like when I get my car or whatever, I can like, you know, go do that, you know, so I can enjoy it more. But I'm walking, and like I'm seeing all this trash and so on, and like my friend's up top, and like he's kind of in a rush, but I'm like walking, I'm deep breathing, relaxing, and I see these little two ducks right here. They're like two ducks, and like I get a little closer, and like the duck tries to like, you know, like quack 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 quack, like, you know, like come at me, right? And you know, a lot of people, especially when they're tight or irrational, if they see something like that, like walking up to them, they're gonna get like really scared, get really tense, and so on. And like it's gonna make them scare off the duck in the first place. Okay, the only way like I was able to get so close, and like my friend was like up top on the thing, like again, like on top of the pavement where the park is, and like I'm down below where the ducks are. I wait, and I see the ducks, and like the duck charges at me and stuff, and then like he's like, oh okay, like I didn't move because like I'm so calm, I'm like, you know, not moving. And you know, I think if I was a little bit more calmer, I would have like actually been able to pick up the duck and like have it in my arms and shit. But I didn't, you know. And like Loki, I didn't want to change the scenario, but my friend over here, like I'm telling, like his ego was like, the same one who was like rushing me to like get point A to point B and stuff like that. He was like, well, we didn't really actually need to be anywhere, but he's like, what's it called, he starts playing the story in his head. He's like, oh, look at the beak, oh I feel so sad, or blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, like what, like the duck isn't even in pain right now, why are you feeling sad? Like what? Like it doesn't make sense. You're just playing the story. You're making him feel bad, and you're just making your world like more shitty. I guess, like, you know, more sad. You're having the sad filter, right? Like it's okay to feel emotions and stuff, like, right? But like the dog wasn't in pain, so like why are you creating these, like manifesting these stories, right? You're just telling yourself the story, and that's what our ego does. It tells us the story, like, oh it's so sad, this world sucks, oh poor me, blah 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 blah, like the victim, right? And then like I'm just here like seeing it for what it is, and like they're so calm, and like, you know, they're eating, they're relaxing, they're digging for food. And you know, like I'm like, okay, like my mind says like, okay, let's go, like I kind of want to go right now. And like I see the ducks, like I, you know, and I'm like, I don't want to change them, like I don't want to touch them or anything like that, it's perfectly where they are. And you know, I it was nice to have like a, what's it called, a thing like that. And I learned that, like, you know, being calm, especially around animals, like we think we're calm but we're not calm. Okay, we're not breathing properly, but like, you know, the if he was down there, he would have made them run away, if that makes sense, right? Because like he's like fidgeting, he's like trying to go fast and like so on, and like especially if he's playing that sad story, he's like, oh come here, and then like, you know, it's gonna make them run away. But since I was just there, like not trying to change them, I was just relaxing, you know, being there, like enjoying it, like up close. He was I was able to get them to get closer, and like they were more calm and relaxed. Okay, it's kind of like monkey see monkey do. The duck saw was calm, so they were calm as well, even though they tried to like attack me, like to scare me away. But I wasn't having it, you know, like so like I'll keep on walking, I climb up, he goes to the car, I go get the bag from my baggie, I go pick up trash around there. Like there was a lot of trash even on the parking lot, even like in the grass and stuff. I get a lot, like I'm telling you, like way more than I should have. And in my head, I kind of felt bad. I was more in my head when I was picking up trash, and I was like, damn, like all these people, like there's this girl in her car, and she was acting like she didn't see me and stuff, like most people would, because like they're tight, you know, they're anxious. And what's it called, I might actually need to make a part two. Okay, I'm gonna make a part two of this. Like I might actually just film this video and then make a part two for y'all. But what's it called? Okay, so I'm picking up this trash. Like I'm really in my head, and kind of like I don't look at the people, and like when I don't look at the people, I don't see them. Like, you know, I kind of like tighten up a bit. I wasn't really deep breathing, and I saw this couple coming up, and I said, "Hi, how's y'all's afternoon?" And like in my head, like I was overthinking everything. I was like, "Why would I say afternoon or whatever? Like, you know, like evening or anything like that?" And you know, I was like, oh, I forgot what I said, but like, you know, I was like really in my head, and like sometimes I still get anxious, you know, it's okay. But like I said something to them, and like I felt bad for the guy because I made him anxious. Like he didn't want to say anything to me. Like I waved at them, I said hi, and then I was like, oh, they said no, it's okay. And I just continued picking up trash, and then like the girl is like, say something, and then I'm like, oh, like I kind of felt like I embarrassed him. And like I didn't want to do that. So I continue picking up trash. They walk by, I'm minding my business, and then the girl is still in the car, and I feel like she's staring at me, but like I don't look at the car, you know, because like I feel like in public, like we generally just need to look at the stuff that like we're afraid of. Okay, by me looking at the car later on, I realized that she was on her phone and like she wasn't even trying to pay attention to me. But I was like so anxious in my head. I was like, "What is she's a pretty girl? What is this? What is this? Whatever the. And like when you're in this head, you're not breathing properly. You're not relaxed. I was still able to pick. I was still picking up the trash. Like I still did a pretty good amount, but I was like rushing a little bit more because she was there. And then in my head, I was just visualizing my friend like getting so mad that like he was just punching shit because like I don't know, like I get anxious, right? And I'm like, what if he's like, I was like, why the fuck is my mind telling me that? Like it's just over and over and over again. And it's like, because like younger me, like in the car and stuff, like when I was waiting on my mom for too long or anything like that, because I didn't have patience, I was anxious, and stuff like that. I'll get like really mad, and then like I'll just start punching shit. Like I don't know, like our egos are stupid, especially like when we're irrational and like not breathing properly, and we're like tight, we're holding on to so much tension. And I was just visualizing him like slamming his like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, we need to do this, do that, like because like he's always in a rush. And like you don't want, like, imagine like some girl thinking about that about you, right? Because like you're so in a rush, you're impatient and so on. And it kind of pisses me off when a guy doesn't have patience, especially when it comes to his girl. And like it really does piss me off because I'm like, dude, like you don't give her a chance to talk. And then like she's gonna be like light spoken, and like you're like, she's trying to do her best, and then you're over here like, hurry up, what do you want, what do you want, blah 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 blah, like and like you're getting mad at her because like she's trying to get like some change out of her purse, or like her card, and like you're rushing her and so on because like you're in a rush, blah blah blah. Motherfucker, if it was me and I was in that scenario, I would have literally just maybe, I don't know. Thinking about it now, I would have probably just grabbed her purse and did it like slowly and like, here you go. So like she don't have to worry about it. But like since you're in a rush and you're not doing that shit, you're not thinking about that. You're not breathing properly. And like I'm telling you, like it does piss me off, like when guys aren't patient or anything like that. And I used to be like that too. So like I kind of contradict myself, but like I'm telling you, man, like you need to chill, relax, and be patient. And I know it seems like our life is like whatever, but like why are you in such a rush to like the end, right? Oh, I want to build this business. I want to be rich right now. Okay, build the business. The process is the fun part. If you had the money out right now, you'd be bored as fuck. There's plenty of people who are millionaires out here, and they aren't happy with their lives because they don't do acts of service. They don't do stuff to make them feel good. They have other people do whatever. Like they might have a lot of money, but like, what is it for? They're not using it for good. Are they donating it? Like, there's a lot of rich people who donate. Obviously, it's gonna make them feel good, aka make them more rational, make them more happy, in which they're gonna make more money in the future. But like, you know what I mean? And like, they're not happy. Okay, so it's not about money. It's not about having all this stuff. It's not about like this and that. Like whatever, right? It's about like being happy where you are, exactly where you are right now. And you're not going to get to that point unless you deep breathe and relax as much as you can. Like I can yap about this as much as I can or as much as I want, but like if you don't see this advice and like deep breathe and relax, you're not gonna like get anything like that. Okay. Oh, actually, once you relax and deep breathe, you're actually gonna make better decisions and be more rational and like help people way more. And when you help people, you're gonna even feel way better. So you're just multiplying your shit, and you're gonna get all this positive feedback, all this positive energy. Everybody's gonna like you. You're gonna feel like a Chad. Eventually, you just do it so much that like you become popular, and that's how a lot of people get rich and like become popular. Okay. But yeah, like I was just visualizing him like rage me. I was like, what the fuck? Like why is that going through my head? And I wasn't really feeling good until like after I finished like the cleaning, like finished like picking up all the trash like at the park, or like the amount of like I was going to. There was still more, but like we still had other stuff to do and so on. So I finished. I put that stuff, I feel really good. Like I go into the car, I wasn't breathing properly while doing the service, but like afterwards, like you're done. Like you don't have to do anything else. Like it's finished. And imagine how much gratitude and how much like more calm like all these other people would be, they get to enjoy it more because like again, like, there's like trash on the floor or anything like that. We naturally ignore it, especially at home. Like there's so much stuff like clothes on the floor, like we ignore it. And when we ignore it, we procrastinate. When we procrastinate and like stuff like that, it just piles up, like it's still there. And like you just ignore it, right? We're just living in this filth, but we just ignore it. Okay. And by me cleaning that and like stuff like that, I might actually help them be more calm, actually see the grass and actually enjoy it and expand their consciousness, right? Because if you saw trash in public, you're like, oh, I don't like, should I pick that up or not? No, like there's people like me who like go out there and pick it up, and I think you should do it too. Like it's an act of service, but like you don't have to do it the same way I do it. Like just do it like at home, right? You can just sweep, you can do dishes, you can you know vacuum, you can clean the house so that they don't have to, and it's going to make them revert back to this childlike state, and they're going to be more happy. And like wait for part two, like it's coming tomorrow. But I actually made it to where they were sleeping like a baby in the living room because I cleaned the pantry. Like I did so much. I did too much actually. I'm still doing some right now. Like I cleaned my room afterwards. So you can't tell me you can't do it, like, or you don't have time. You just generally don't want to do it. Like your body says like I want to, but you're holding yourself back because you're so tight and you're so anxious and you don't have the confidence to go do it. And the only reason you can't do that is because like you're not breathing properly. Okay? You're not rational and so on. Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna start the next story where like I get to the gas station and so on, because like we're now oh wait, hold on. So we're now leaving the park, right? And like we're driving, and like once I finish, I feel really good about myself. I'm relaxed and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make all these people way calm. They're gonna enjoy it way more, and it might actually last like maybe a couple of days or like so on, or it might get other people to actually go out their way and like pick up trash too, right? Because if you see someone else picking up trash, you're like, oh shit, like maybe I should do it too. And then they're gonna feel good, and then they might actually help more people. It's a what's it called? Like a compound effect, okay? They're gonna be more rational, more happy. They might actually be a better husband. They might actually be a better mom, better parent, or anything like that. And all because like I just picked up a little bit of trash. Well, not a little bit of trash, but like a decent amount of trash, like in public, right? Sometimes like you can just do a little, and like you still feel like a Chad, right? People see trash in here like, oh, why is this guy carrying trash? Oh, he threw it away. Oh shit, maybe I should do it too. You give them the idea to do it. You inspire them to do it too. They're gonna feel good. Oh shit, like, oh, I'm a better husband. Oh, I have a way cleaner house. Oh, what? I'm gonna do more. What? Oh, I'm gonna be happier. I'm gonna be rich. Oh, okay. You know, and a lot of people just think about themselves too much, and it's like our ego, like it's me, 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 me. The world revolves around me, but no, it doesn't. you know and like I'm in the car, and I just like deep breathe. Like I think like it's really good to like relax and deep breathe after you do something like really nice, right? And like I'm in the car, I'm like deep breathing, I'm relaxing, and my friend is driving us to the gas station, and I just start laughing out of nowhere. And like I just have this, like, just thinking about it right now, like I just have this smile on my face, and I just like keep on laughing, like keep on laughing, like, oh, kind of crazily. And like I couldn't stop myself, and it reminded me when I was younger, when I used to have like these laughing fits where like I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, and then like he starts laughing, because like monkey see monkey do, right? And like I put him in a good mood, and then like he's like la la la, right? And then we go to the gas station, and we were gonna like clean out his car and stuff, and then like go whatever. But like the place was kind of closed at that time, and whatever. But he parks at like behind this the gas station where like his dad used to park, because like his dad used to get lottery tickets and stuff. But I can go deeper into detail on the next video. Okay, this is already an hour long, and might as well save it for tomorrow. Basically, um, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there. That's pretty good. But like doing acts of service, like give first, and then you will receive later. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get tenfolds. Okay. I'm gonna go deeper into that later on in the next video. But if you are struggling with girls and like you need some good advice, especially with girls, anything like that, and you need like walking you through a seduction, and like you need help on how to seduce people and stuff like that, I'm gonna like I gave you like plenty of examples in this one story. But if you need like deep details and some psychology and like some more way more information that you need, right? Like how to like do the contrast effect, how like using the weather to like stand out more, right? Because like back then I would wear my jacket even though it's hot as fuck outside, and like people would see me with my jacket on, they're like, are you not hot? And I'm like, nah, I'm chilling. And they're like, like whatever, right? Because like by using that, like it's hot and I'm wearing a jacket outside, like that's weird, right? That's unusual. A lot of people would be wearing like something like a shirt or anything like that, but I'm out here wearing a jacket. It's using a contrast effect to get more attention. The more attention, especially if it's positive or negative, it's really good. Okay. And I basically teach you how to be an influencer. I go down into detail and like from choosing the right target all the way to like the end and so on. Okay, so if you need any help with that, you can join the community, you can get some coaching from me and so on. Okay, join the community. I would love to see you there. It's only $60 a month. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get way much more value from that community than like this worth the $60. Okay, but I recommend doing the yearly one if you have the money. It's 310, but I mean, it's a one-time payment. You won't have to work for like the rest of the year and so on. But like if you do it for the 61, you're not gonna unlock all the courses at once. I'm gonna tell you straight up, you're gonna unlock the first phase of the seduction, and it breaks down because like it takes time anyways, right? So over like these months, so, like you're gonna unlock like every 30 days you unlock a new one and a new one, but like it adds up over time. So if you want like a yearly one, like 60 times 12 is 6 times 12 is, let's see, that's gonna be like 66. Okay, $660. Okay, if you like do the monthly thing, whatever. But if you buy the yearly one, it's 310, so you're saving like $300 right then and there. But you do what you want. It's your money. I don't want to change you. I don't want whatever, right? I just want to help you, and that's my way of helping you. Okay, you can join the community. You can be a Chad. You can be a Chad like me. You can find who you are. I'm gonna help you find who you are. Be the person you generally want to be. Get good with girls. Get good with your business, and so on. And I'm telling you, man, just deep breathe. Like I'm telling you the secret right now. It's for free, man. Like I'm reminding you who you generally are. Okay, it's for free. Relax. Be rational. I'm telling you, man. That $60 is gonna be worth. I don't know. It's not gonna be that much compared to the amount of money and value you're gonna get from joining the course and like getting help from me personally. Okay. So if this video helped you, like, subscribe, share it. Share it with the boys, because like I know they suck with girls too, bro. Like trust me, I used to be there too. I used to suck with girls, but I know the way now. Okay. You need to help them out. You need to be a W. Like even if you just send them this video and like they get like some value out of it, you just help them for like way longer. You probably cut like the time for them to like be more rational, get better with girls and so on, just from sending them this video. Okay, so you can be that Chad self where like you share the video with someone else and you're gonna actually help them. Like share it with your boys, share it with your friends, and so on. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get a lot of value just from like me talking from this video, if that makes sense, right? Like you don't even have to do that much work. All you have to do is just like hit a couple buttons, like, share, subscribe, maybe even comment. You can do it from your comfortability from your house, man. And like I'm out here just doing all this stuff just to help you all out. Okay, but I'm gonna go deeper into detail tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. And I love y'all. Y'all guys be safe. I'm grateful for you staying to the end of this video, because I know it takes a lot of your attention span to do this. Okay, I see you and I hear you, and I shall help you in this lifetime. If you need some help, maybe comment. Like if you need some advice or anything, maybe just comment down in the comments section below, and I can help you with it. And maybe like it's like a unique question that like someone else might have a question for, right? Because like you're not the only one going through like the same scenario, right? A lot of people are going, like we're all connected somewhere or another by going through the same scenario. You might not feel it, but trust me, I might have been through it or so on. Okay, I can pass down my wisdom so you can surpass me in this lifetime. And that I guess that's what I'm here for. I'm a stepping stone for someone else, and maybe that's okay. Like I'm gonna help a lot of people. I'm gonna help all y'all out. Okay, I love y'all. Y'all guys be safe. Don't die. And well, obviously, yeah, you're not gonna die. Yeah, I don't know. Be safe. I love y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. and stay tuned for tomorrow so I can finish the goodness of the service and the power of service. Okay, y'all have a great night. I love y'all, or a great morning.